I tried to be everything to everyone, and I never really got anywhere with that. So here's what's changed since I got specific. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle Gray. I am a business coach for moms who are looking to scale their businesses during school hours so that they can be present with their kids when they're home, whether that be on the weekend, after school, summer break, Christmas break, spring break, without going totally crazy, without burning out, and without losing your sanity. So if that's you, I would love it if you would hit the like button, the subscribe button, the bell notification so that you know when I've posted another video and you can hang out with me again. And today, let's get into the content. Why it's important to niche down. I know it's scary. So many business coaches out there preach niching. And I would like to think that I got it earlier than I did, but I didn't. When I came on the scene, first I was a relationship coach and I was helping women specifically save their marriage from divorce, which went really well, except I didn't have any paid clients because I had all kinds of limiting beliefs around my own success. And I also realized that what I really wanted to do at that time was teach manifestation and mindset, but I was afraid to be seen for the woo-woo person that I really am, especially as somebody who used to walk through most of life talking about how I didn't believe in God, I didn't believe in any higher power, I didn't believe in any of that. I thought humans were the highest form of creation. And so I felt kind of silly all of a sudden sitting here and talking about manifestation and the universe and God and all that stuff. So had a lot of limiting beliefs that I worked through. Several months later, relaunched myself as a manifestation and mindset coach, which went really, really well, except it could have gone better because I wasn't being specific enough about who I was helping with what and why. Because I kept thinking, well, anybody can manifest anything. Mindset is everything. I can help you with anything. And so I was successful. I did scale to 6 figures very quickly, and I had tons of great recurring revenue and great clients and all of that. But it could have been so much different if I had known then what I know now. So I'm going to help you because now, as you can see, I have refined my niche again further even. And I do mix woo and do. I'm not going to say we definitely talk about manifestation here. The channel is Mindset to Manifest. So, but I did niche down all the way to helping moms build and manifest the success they want and the businesses they love while their kids are at school so that they can be present with their kids. And ultimately the goal is to put our businesses on maintenance mode over the summer so that the only time that we have to work and need to find some way to occupy our kids over the summer break is when we need to be live on a call or having a conversation with somebody that nobody else can do. Otherwise, I teach you how to set your business up so that you can set it on maintenance mode, so that you can batch your content, so you can schedule it out and have it done, so that you can use, I don't teach paid traffic, but I do advocate for paid traffic to build your audience on autopilot, and you can nurture them and you can serve them even with automations and really well thought out business plans. And all of that's possible because I know exactly who I'm talking to. Right? If I was just talking to women in business, well, that's very broad, right? That could be women making $10. That could be women making $100,000. That could be women with kids, without kids, divorced, single, newlyweds, young, old. Like it's not clear enough. That could be running a whole chain of stores. That could be running just a digital business or an Etsy shop or whatever. So I niched all the way down to moms who are scaling to 5 and 6 figures. They want to hit their first 5 figures. They want to do it while their kids are at school. And their main problem is that they don't have the business structure. They don't have enough time. They're constantly frustrated and they just don't know what the missing piece is. They probably even invested in business coaching before or some kind of business program. Maybe they even have a library of business programs like I do, but it still isn't enough. Because they're missing the piece that caters specifically to moms trying to build businesses. Because if you're like me, moms are also the lifeblood of the house. We are the glue that keeps it together. We are constantly tracking appointments and what time of the day it is and working backwards from bedtime and making sure we thought enough things for dinner and keeping a running tally of what's running down in the pantry or what needs to be replaced in the fridge or when we're going to clean the bathrooms or what load of laundry we're on or if we remember to switch over the washer to the dryer and bedtimes and dog walks and all the things, right? There's just too many things. But because I'm niched down, I can speak specifically to that. So think about that. Think about how clear are you about who you're helping with what and why? And how clear are you, most importantly, about articulating what the transformation you provide is? Because the transformation you provide is going to be very specific and desirable to a certain kind of person. And even if you can only think of one person that would like that transformation, it's my belief, and I've seen, evidence of this out in the world, that each one of us, although we are all individual, each one of us really is just a representative of a percentage of the population. There's a percentage of the population who is building a business while their kid's at school. There's a percentage of the population who prefer Backstreet Boys to NSYNC. There's a percentage of the population who love the color pink. There's a percentage of the population who's still obsessed with Barbie and all things Barbie. There is a percentage of the population who would rather play Minecraft than Roblox or whatever. Like, I'm talking kids now. But my point is, if you can think of one person that fits into your ideal client box, there are more people that fit into that box too. So it's going to serve you to be able to speak to that person very specifically so that you can call out their unique challenges. And once you niche down, I know it sounds kind of restrictive to niche down and to limit. Like I'm saying, I'm talking to moms who obviously have school-aged kids who are building their businesses to consistent 5-figure months while their kids are at school. That alienates a huge portion of the population. But it also allows me to speak so clearly to what you need right now that it makes it so easy for me to create videos, to create offers, to create guides, emails, social media posts. It makes it so much easier for me to talk to you because I know exactly what you are going through. Now, also, let's put a caveat here. Nobody should be serving anybody in an area of life that they have not gone through and at least mastered to some level themselves, right? But that being said, anybody who's been through anything has a unique perspective on that thing. There are tons of people teaching moms how to build businesses, but from what I've seen, nobody's doing it the way that I'm doing it. And even if they were doing it my way, it doesn't matter because there are people that are meant to work with me. Like we have soul contracts, and I'm going to go woo-woo here for a second, but we have soul contracts here for the people we're meant to serve. And if you're brave enough to step up and create a business and put yourself out there and say that I know what I'm talking about and I want to help you get to where I am because I've been through what you've been through, and I know that with my help, I'm going to be able to streamline what you're experiencing right now so that you don't have to do it the way that I did it, which was the hard way. I'm going to give you the shortcut roadmap. You have that. So as long as you stay rooted and grounded in the fact that you have a unique perspective that people need, and there are literally, you were inspired with the idea to create the offer, and you were inspired to click on this video because you needed to hear what I'm saying right now, you would not have been inspired with the idea to create the offer and start the business that you have if there was not already an asking out there for it. So now you need to step up and create the thing so that the universe can work to bridge the gap between you and the person asking for it. Okay, which is why though it's so important that you are very specific about who you're helping with what and why so that you can speak directly to that person. A lot of what I'm saying right now applies to a lot of people building businesses, but I'm talking specifically to you as a mom building a business while your kids are at school, because the more clear you can be about who you're serving with what and why, what the transformation is that you provide, the more clearly you can articulate that and the better use of your time you will have because you'll be able to double down on the things that are making a difference. You can create videos speaking directly to the person you want to talk to. So it feels like right now we're having an iPhone conversation, hopefully. That's the vibe I'm going for, is that it feels like we're on FaceTime right now. And you can help them specifically. And that allows you to leverage your time better because instead of creating all these pieces of content that kind of vaguely speak to somebody, you're creating a few pieces of content that speak exactly to the person you want to talk to so that they can identify themselves in your content and say, oh my God, she's talking to me. This is me she's talking about. This is what I need. This is what I'm going through. Thank goodness that I came across this post. I'm going to follow this girl and I'm going to see what else she has to say, right? It's so important that we get clear about who we're helping with what and why, and the transformation we provide, what that looks like, what it feels like, and speaking directly to that person. And it makes it so much easier. Like I said, I know niching down used to feel very restrictive to me, but it's actually one of the most expansive things I've ever experienced because once I got clear about who I wanted to help, it's like, I don't know, the heavens opened and I got all these ideas because I can speak directly to you and what you need and are experiencing right now. And it makes everything so much easier. So you might still be thinking, well, I still don't really want to alienate all these people, especially if, like for me, for example, I could help anybody who wants to build a business. I could help women, whether they have kids or not. I could, but I need to, and you need to speak directly to your ideal client and let the other people who could benefit from your work still take what they can take away from you. There may be people right now, you may be watching this right now and you'd be thinking, well, I'm not a mom, I don't have kids. But you might still be taking value away from what I'm saying. And so I'm not saying that I cannot help you. I'm just saying that the majority of what I'm talking about is going to be specifically relevant to people with kids. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't apply to you. It just means that I'm speaking directly to these people. But like I'm saying, you can, instead of going wide and talking to a ton of people, you go narrow and talk to just a few people, but you can go so much deeper in the conversation. Because there are things that you and I as moms deal with that single ladies will never deal with. There are all kinds of women out there preaching that they have the secret to building a business, but they don't have 3 kids and a husband to look after. All they have to worry about is taking care of their hangover. You know what I'm saying? That's my angle. I can help you because I get it. I know what it's like to have kids home sick and still need to get things done. And I know what it's like to have to move things around because you're sick. And I know what it's like to have to drop everything and end a coaching call early because your kid has just called from the school and needs his inhaler. And so I know why it's important to build buffers into our schedule. I know why, from my perspective, why time blocking is important, why my mom method works to manifest, organize, and master your time and your life and your business and everything. So instead of thinking of it as a restrictive thing, think of it as a really expansive way to go deep in the conversation and really build that friendship. You can have tons of acquaintances, or you can have 2 or 3 really good friends who know all of the intricacies of what's going on in your world. I would much rather have deep conversations about the intricacies in my life and their lives than just a ton of people I kind of make small talk with. You know what I mean? So let yourself find that sweet spot. If you need help refining your niche, I do have a quick little resource down below that you can get for free that will walk you through the process that I use and I help my clients use to niche all the way down. And it's a really fun way to use your imagination and then reverse engineer from there to find out what the ideal transformation is that you provide and who needs that transformation. So you can get that in the description box below. I would love it if you would also leave me any comments, if you have any feedback, if you have any questions, or if something I said today inspired another question you might have, leave it in the comments below. I would be happy to answer you, but I'll also do my best to create another video to answer that question, because if you're asking, chances are other people are asking. So be the leader that you want to see and ask the question so that I can support you. And while you're down there anyway, you can hit the like button, the subscribe button, might as well hit the bell notification too, so that you know when a new video is available, so that we can hang out again, because I've had a great time hanging out with you. I hope that this has been valuable for you, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.